Kia ora. My name's Clare Christian, and I was a TEDx speaker at Wellington TEDx in 2017. I was talking about a project I'm involved in Papua New Guinea. It's a social enterprise looking at sustainably commercialising a tree nut that grows in the region. I became a talker just by chance. I was talking to DK, who's was TEDx Wellington at the time. He was running TEDx Wellington, and we were at a party, and I'll admit I'd had a couple of wines, and he got interested in my project and suggested that it could be a TEDx talk, and would I be interested? And so, feeling quite brave at the time, thanks to the couple of wines, I was like, yeah, sure, no problem. I'd love to. And then closer to the time, I began to feel like, oh my God, what have I got myself into? This is terrifying. However, I am a musician. I'm a performer, so I'm no stranger to the stage. I am the lead singer in a band called Jeep Road. So I felt that my experience as a performer would stand me in good stead in terms of doing my TEDx talk, which of course, there were elements of that were very useful, but it's a very unique experience being a TEDx speaker. It's quite different to anything I've ever done or experienced. On the one hand, it was undeniably scary, of course. On the other hand, it was a hugely learning experience. For 6 weeks leading up to the talk, we as speakers would meet at Museum Hotel in Wellington. We were being coached by the likes of Saab Johal, who's like one of the leading clinical psychologists in the country, and Mr. TEDx Wellington himself, DK. I was lucky enough to have as my coach. These mentors really helped us to understand how to best express our stories without getting in the way of the story itself. Also, I learned a lot about managing performance anxiety, about your presence on the stage, and a lot of these amazing tips that I learned from these people I have transferred neatly into my work as a singing teacher. So there's just so many layers to how useful it was, my experience as a TEDx speaker. A big part of what I felt, what I came away with, was just this incredible sense of kinship with my fellow speakers. We're all going through the same thing. We're all in varying degrees dealing with anxiety around the performance, also feeling incredibly exhilarated and excited about being a part of something as extraordinary as TEDx. I've been a huge TEDx fan for years. I've watched endless hours of fascinating talks and never imagined for a moment I would end up being a speaker. So when I was backstage on the night, having my little beige mic fitted, that was quite a moment. It was like, oh my gosh, I am a TEDx speaker. And although, just before I stepped out on the stage, I was, of course, and understandably pretty terrified. I was going to be speaking to, a packed St. James Theatre in Wellington. And interestingly, though, when I stepped out on the stage, it was like something else took over. It's like we are on the stage now. There's no going back. You want to just do your very best job. And what I feel like the importance of what I was talking about overrode the nerves I was feeling. So once I got started with my story, I just felt filled with excitement about my project, and was loving sharing this project with my audience. And the nerves just kind of disappeared. And that seemed to be a common experience with a lot of the my fellow speakers. When I came off the stage, the talk was a resounding success. The audience were incredible, supportive and responsive, and genuinely engaged with what I was talking about. And when I left the stage, I was euphoric. It was, it was standout, one of the most incredible experiences of my life. And after the talk, us speakers were all given in a big space. We were given like a podium each, and people could come and kind of chat with us about our projects generally. And I was just overwhelmed with just such enthusiasm from the audience. I was getting approached by documentary makers, by potential investors, by it was it elevated the project in a way that I can't imagine anything else doing. I mean, me and my team had been grafting away quietly for about 3 years on this project prior to the talk, and we were ready to make it public. And I can't think of a more powerful platform than TEDx to kind of make public what we were doing in such a dynamic way, which actually has quite a reach, because it wasn't just the people in the room that night, it was also being streamed globally. So an extraordinary opportunity for our project. I suppose, the main thing I came away with was, I heard it said that once you've done a TEDx talk, you're never quite the same. I mean, in a good way. And I think it's true. I feel like achieving that terrifying thing of speaking for 18 minutes with no flashcards, no prompts, to a packed theatre about our project, you come away from that experience, that very potent experience, with greater confidence, with a sense of achievement, empowerment. So I guess what I would say to all you speakers, it's worth it. It's so worth it. It's an incredible experience, and the main thing is I can pretty much guarantee it, you'll enjoy the moment more than you perhaps expect to. Good luck with your talks, and thanks so much to Lorraine and the team for bringing TEDx to Kapiti. Looks forward to seeing you all on the night. Cheers. Bye-bye.